Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, with YouTube first? I'm back with another fun video. Um, so there was a comment that I had. I made a fun little video very recently that is called an odd pairing, which is a little short. Oh, this wasn't the was short. It was a little short where it is an electric blue crayfish, to be exact. They're also known as South American lobster or dwarf lobster or something. They get about roughly 6 to 7 inches, so they're not as large as a lobster can get, especially when you're talking about cold water sort of lobsters. They're they can do cold water as well, but they're mostly seen in warmer waters because of South America. So anyway, crayfish, lobsters, things that have claws, they eat fish normally. But I made a little short about how it was very funny that the largest, because we have them paired in with the rosy red minnows at the store I work at. So just in case he does eat some or something, it's like 22 cents a fish. We're not gonna lose any money from that. So we put him in that tank to keep him away from eating, the other things that are a bit more expensive. But we didn't order them. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on how you look at it. Uh, they get sent to us on accident through usually when we order ghost shrimp or something. I do not know how crayfish get mixed in with ghost shrimp. Sometimes they're just in the bags with the feeder fish as well. And when I mean feeder fish, we're usually talking about either comet goldfish, which is a species of carp, and includes koi and goldfish all together, and then rosy red minnows, which is a different species. They only get about 4 inches, and they have a different anatomy and slightly different things about them. But they're feeder fish. They're used to feed to things such as mostly other larger fish and then turtles. But you can also have things like axolotls, or even, I would say, frogs or snakes in some cases, as far as feeding and stuff goes. And even in some cases, still, it would normally be another reptile or fish species. You don't really want to feed any fish that come from a pet store to a mammal because the medicines used are actually what makes the meat poisonous to mammals. So do not go buying minnows from the pet store to feed your cat because it'll make your cat sick. Buy the freeze dried minnows they have in the cat section and do that instead. That or tuna in water for them. So I was sorry, I got off tangent there, or I got on tangent there. I got off topic. Man, I'm talking about symbiotic relationships in nature. I'm not gonna really do a whole big bunch of video picturey thing. I am actually working on a video for poison and venom differences, words, differentials, as I was about to say. I was like, that's not a word. So I kind of, I stuttered it. We're sending it. That's out there. Whatever. I don't need to edit this. This is just happening. Yeah. So, there's also really cool other things in nature, and I'm not going to really do too many in-depth examples of these kind of things. I'm just going to give a few examples, only because I would like y'all to probably research it some. But like I said, I'm going to do a video with poison and venoms and stuff, and that one will have more in-depth stuff, pictures, depth, not depth, in depth. God dang, I am wording so bad. In depth, not depth. There's no depth or whatever. Depth, I don't even know. Well, yeah, words, man. Sorry. It's been a rough day in a way that my headache. I had a headache today. It's probably allergies and stuff, but I had a bit of a head pain. Took a nap, woke up, did stuff, and now I'm doing this because I wanted to kind of mention that I did notice the comment for the symbiotic relationship, the symbiosis and stuff on that short. I tried to answer back. Let me like and, of course, heart the comment, but I did try to answer back to that, and it kept getting errors. And I typed almost a paragraph. So rather than trying to retype the paragraph, I'm going to take what I have left on this video that I'm going to do and just explain exactly what I was going to type out to this person about symbiotic relationships that we have seen in nature that are surprising, or in the first case, I would say expected, because everyone knows, especially because if you're a fan of Finding Nemo, that sea anemones and clownfish are homies. Normally, these stinging organisms do not allow other type of fish or something near them, and they can't move or anything too well either. So for some reason, the clownfish aren't stung by these stinging cells of the anemones. So the clownfish delivers food and extra nutrients in place for being protected because the predatory fish will get stung while the clownfish stays safe. So that's a really cool, just normal example. And since we're still in the sea, let's talk about a more very cool example of the common octopus and other fish. There have been records and stuff shown of marine biologists or divers watching or seeing through video footage an octopus controlling and even punching other fish as they seem to hunt and bring food to the octopus. And the reason why the octopus will punch or command, like it's like a commander of like a fish gang or something. It's so cool in a sense. But he'll punch a fish because either to keep him in line or they suspect that the fish is eating extra portions compared to whatever the octopus has commanded or controlled. It's just nature's amazing, so we'll never know. And another really cool example, while we're still in the ocean, there is the thing with, I think it's, oh gosh, no, I hope, yeah, it's humpback whales. It is humpback whales, I believe. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This is all top of the dome right here. Humpback whales will go out of their way to mess up with orcas, I'm pretty sure. If it's not the humpback whale, it could be the gray whale. It's not the blue whale. The blue whale is so large and elusive to all the other whales that we kind of study that it's just, and so because they're so huge, it's hard to, really study them. But it should be the humpback, or it would be the humpback. It would be the humpback, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, comments, get at me, I'm sorry. But they'll go out of their way to mess up an orca whale hunt, because if they hear the signals for an orca whale, they will go and just protect the species and just mess up the hunt for the orcas. And no one knows exactly why or anything, but we do know that orcas will overtake the calves. It would be humpback. It has to be humpback whale. I'm pretty sure it's humpback whales. Sorry, I know, my mind, the way things work. This is unedited, by the way. Y'all, if you're subscribed to craziness. I'm loonier than a tuna and twice the crazy in some funny ways. But it should be that. And if it's not, I do apologize. I will go back, research this, and then make a video if I'm wrong. But it would be that. And then for no reason, they just go out their way to protect other animals from orcas and everything. Because orcas are so threatening. And orca whales are not whales, they're dolphins, by the way. So we call them orca whales or whatever, but mako killer whales, whatever. They're not whales, they're dolphins. They're just bigger dolphins than the other dolphins, like the bottlenoses that we used to see and stuff. Like, they ain't no flippers, but Flipper the dolphin from the 90s thing, whatever. But, If you don't know, don't worry about it. Another really cool example, real quick, I realized I've been just doing fun little rants and stuff, and I guess this is like sort of a symbiosis explanation video, or it could be just be me chatting, getting some stuff off, because, I haven't really done just fun, happy, right in front of the camera video kind of thing all that much. So, hey, it's good to do so. And you can tell that I woke up, I feel better and stuff. I had a headache earlier, allergies most likely. But I've been chilling, I've been taking the day off. It's a weird day off because I'm normally working Wednesdays. But hey, but the last thing, I'm sorry. I am getting sidetracked. Bunny trails all over the place. We need to be focused. Anywho, the last one that I really like, I've been hearing a lot of. This is more something that's been absorbed in the Yellowstone Park, I believe, where crows, blackbirds, are actually becoming friends and seen playing, hunting, and surviving with wolves within that reservation and everything. Crows are incredibly intelligent to the point where they can mimic your voice in certain words. They quote things like parrots. If you see, like, if you know anything about ravens and anything, they sound like people sometimes. They can mimic things with such precision, it's almost scary. And they're smart. Crows have been seen bringing items like little shiny trinkets to their favorite peoples that feed them and stuff. Crows recognize faces. Oh gosh, they're such interesting creatures. And the fact that they recognize that these wolves are able to be, they're taming wolves like we tame wolves. They're even picking up sticks and dropping them. They're playing fetch with the wolves and stuff. But how they have a symbiotic relationship for real, is with the hunting. What the crow will do is when it spots a prey that it believes its wolf companion can get rather easily, it'll circle the area and make a certain call up in the air that the wolf recognizes. The wolf will then go ahead, catch, make the hunt. And if you think about how small a crow is and how much actually it really needs to survive, the wolf gets more than enough it needs, and the crow gets more than enough it needs off of one kill. And it's so cool. And that's nature. They have to eat to survive. Crows are more carnivorous than they are omnivorous. So they do often hunt things, and they're even seen as one of the few creatures that recognize a baby rabbit nest kind of thing, like rabbit nests, and they will dig it up, and they have been seen taking from the nests of other birds and stuff. So they do what they can to eat, and it's pretty cool that they recognize that a wolf can help, and it's cool that a wolf is just they are dogs. The dogs we have today are just inbred version of wolves and other types of species of the canine family that we have found as early humans and pretty much domesticated. So it's super cool to see in nature. That's my favorite one, is crows and wolves getting along. Anywho, I've been talking for a minute. It's been like almost 12 minutes now. Y'all have a good one. And before I be going, thank you so much for the views, for the likes, for the subscriptions. Some of y'all are passing the word along, telling other people about my channel, and it's growing off of just word of mouth. Y'all are so cool. Y'all are so cool, so awesome, so amazing, because you're helping me in my journey. Because this kind of stuff, my main goal is not to be pure YouTuber. I will always be doing YouTube because I always want to pass on the info, and I just enjoy doing this. My main goal is the animal sanctuary. I'm starting to get to a point now where I'm not so much in debt anymore and everything. I'm building myself up and everything. And that's not just from the YouTube alone. This is me working hard, doing my stuff, doing what I can with the money while still being able to provide for my animals as I need to, and providing for what I can for myself as well. But I've had help along the way as well too. So it's not just me alone, you know? But I would like to thank all of you, because there's a chance more supplemental income can possibly come from this channel called YouTube. They like views. They like their numbers. They like people who are good representations. There's a lot of change in their stuff, and it's kind of funny. I don't even worry about their normal things and what their standards are, because I just kind of fall in that anyway based on the channel I like to create and the information and the type of thing I like to do. I'm seeing a lot of the stuff on my normal day. I can use word editors, I can say stuff and whatever, you know? But I'm not going to do that all this channel, because we get enough of that from other channels. It's fun to have something a little different. It's time to have a nice little reset on things. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I kind of fall into that. And the fact that just me doing my thing, kind of falling into something I like to do, being supported by you guys who are just kind of digging it, I have nothing else but thanks to give to you guys. I don't know if I can ever give back to how much y'all given to me based on what you've done with just subscribing, liking, and commenting. That is doing so much. So, thank you. You guys are amazing. Keep being good. Go on to the next day, no matter how hard today is. You might surprise yourself. You're stronger than you think. Peace out.